Okay, so look, we're going to do your body composite today, and
Yes.
basically we're going to develop an exercise plan for you. Plus I'm going to provide, basically we're going to assess your diet and then provide you with an eating plan to improve.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is this okay?
Yeah, it's
Now,
fine.
now I mean, you know, we're neighbours, so you know I'm not qualified and I don't have insurance now, so you must take this kind of with a pinch of salt.
Okay.
But it's just a bit of a mock practice for me,
Yes.
so I can get through this unit, this food coaching. Okay, so what I want you to do now, can I measure you? Is that
Yes.
fine? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Right, if you can stand up against the, give us the tape, up against the wall, and then we'll measure you. Okay.
We want 70.
Yeah, you're about 172 point. Yeah, let's say 173. Would that be about right?
Yeah.
173.
About that. 70.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 173. So let's write that down. 173. Okay, because we're going to work this out in the calculator now, and we'll do your BMI.
Alright.
And we weighed you before without your clothes on, and you was
80.5.
80.5. Well, we'll round it down to 80.5. Now I need to do your waist. So we'll measure your waist. Just that one, which is, oh, that's inches, we need centimetres.
Sure. Move this.
Yeah, centimetres. About there. So it's 97. So you're never a 38 waist.
No.
So your trousers are what, 34?
No. 40. 44.
The waist
Yeah, here.
is 44.
Or 46 maybe? Yeah, try.
Let's just measure it again. Yeah, I thought that was pretty big for you. You only look about a 30. Yeah, 38.
That's good. Or not?
I didn't think you don't look at 38. 38's a big waist for a guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me just check what. But here's lower, see. So
Yes.
yeah, see, I'm about 39. Yeah. But in a man-sized trouser, I'm only at 34.
Yeah.
Right.
I said 46, but 46 is the European one.
Right.
So 46 or 44 is less 12.
The trouble is, I need my phone to calculate.
You can use mine.
Have you got a cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, calculator.
Because we need to divide. You got the BMI.
Yeah, I'm 36, 34 in Australian.
Okay, so we divide your weight, which is 80.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Divide your weight by your height. And
In
divide
meters divided by 1.73.
1.73 equals. And then we divide it by your height again. So your BMI is 26.89. Okay. Which is,
Borderline overweight.
well, you're basically the same as me. Which is, so when we check and this is the chart the Food Coaching Institute give me. So when we check your height, 173, against your weight, 80, 173, well that's bang on that line there. 80. So you're just into the overweight, which is nothing to be too worried about, but because you're only just into the yellow, into the overweight.
Yeah.
80, and then 173.
Yeah,
81.
basically on here, on this line, 27 is there, I'm 26.
Oh, true, yeah. Okay.
So just that.
Right, yeah. So, but, you know, if you ask me, if you get sick, you know, or you're in an accident, you're in hospital, you know, a bit of fat in the body won't do you any damage because the body will use that as energy.
Oh yeah,
You know, if you go out in the bush and get lost, you
I can survive.
well, that's right, yeah. So now let me just double check this now. So we've done your BMI. Now I've got a comment on it which I've just had basically. I've just said a little bit. I personally believe it's better to be slightly overweight than under, but it's probably healthier to be a little bit, you know, I mean, you're not grossly overweight, you're not into the severe obese.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely not.
So we've done that. Okay. So basically, we've filled out the dietary sheet and all the food you eat. I mean, you don't eat a lot of processed food, which is good.
Yeah.
Because now I've got to discuss basically what a poor nutritional diet. So if you eat foods that are high in sugar, okay, you know, or which are grains as well, because carbohydrate basically turns to sugar in your body.
Yes.
It hits the liver. You know, you don't eat a lot of, because in processed food there's a lot of sugar, a lot of carbohydrate.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so this is why it's better to stay away from processed foods. Okay, you know, sugar is basically drives disease. You know, diabetes, obesity. You know, heart disease.
Yeah.
High cholesterol. You know, so because once they hit the liver, they turn to triglycerides. So they drive these diseases. You know, and it's even been linked to Alzheimer's and stuff like this. So, you know, eating, you know, a poor nutritional diet is, you know, fast foods, processed quick meals.
Yeah.
You know, diet sodas. Another thing as well, fructose, which is hidden in processed food. Fructose is in fruit, but because it's bound to the fibre, it's not too bad. But when we eat processed food, because it's cheap, they put fructose in there. Okay. Now we're taught as nutritionists, fructose messes with the hormones in the body. Basically, when we fall, we get satiety, and basically the hormones released, okay, and tells the brain that we're full. But fructose and sugar and things like diet soda with aspartame in, it kind of switches it off. So the brain doesn't know that we're full, basically.
Ah,
so
okay.
It kind of fructose, and it's been proven. This is fact.
Yes, sometimes it happened to me that I'm 1 minute before I'm hungry. Then a minute later I'm very full, like can't eat any other thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm too full.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that fructose and sugar and things like aspartame, which is diet soda, okay, well, especially fructose, has been proven that what it does, it doesn't tell the hypothalamus, okay, that you are full.
Oh yeah.
Basically, in the fat cells, basically, it's the fat cells basically develop a hormone, and it will tell the brain that you're full. But when you eat fructose, it kind of turns this off.
Oh, okay.
Or sugar, or aspartame, it's kind of, which is the artificial sweeteners. So they're things But fructose in fruits, you know, the sugar in fruit is fine, but high fructose corn syrup, which is found in a lot of processed foods, you know. So these are things. So, you know, eating a fresh diet of fresh food, what does that do to the body, basically? What does it do? Basically, what it does, what does it improve? Well, it improves your immune system, okay? So, you know, we know vitamin C improves your immune system, okay? A fresh, whole foods, like from the, you know, not processed.
Yeah.
So no fruits and vegetables in tins or bottles or anything. You've got to be fresh, okay? So it'll improve your immune system, your gut, your microbiome, your gut flora. It'll keep that. The fibre keeps all that healthy, okay? Plus you get a low risk of disease when you eat fresh food because it's more nutritional, you know, because you're not, you know, especially if you eat it raw. So you're less likely to get a cold or a flu or you know, when you eat, if you eat a diet in processed food, you will probably become deficient in some. So, you know, eating fresh food, you're less likely to get sick, cold, flus, things like that. You have more energy, and especially for women in pregnancy, you have to. It's you know, it's you have to eat fresh. And they're just a few, you know, like I say, or sugars and grains drive disease, you know, like, you know, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. These are all common diseases day to day. People go to the doctor every day. So this combined with exercise, so a healthy diet, fresh food, and movement is, and we'll talk about some exercises. I know you're a busy guy. So we've measured your waist, we've measured your height, we've done your BMI. Okay, we've done your BMI. Right, so basically, holding your body weight, normal body weight, will, you know, will take you away from obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So being fat, basically, just by being fat, you will get them, you know, diabetes, you know, them diseases can come very easily. So this is why diet and exercise combined will lower your risk of any of these. I have described this to you before. As you know, in the body we have cells, and in there we have mitochondria, and these are basically referred to as the power stations or power plants. And basically we either burn glucose or fat in there, and that's basically how we generate energy. I mean, we need other things in there, we need oxygen and magnesium, but that's basically how we make energy in the mitochondria, in the cell. It burns glucose, but if you burn glucose, you make 4 grams of energy. If you burn fat, you make 9 grams of energy. And that's right. And looking at your diet, looking at the food you eat, what I've just assessed, you're not eating enough fat,